My next guest defends her welterweight title coming up here at Lion Fights 31 on September 2nd. Jorina Baars joins me here on the program for the very first time. Jorina, how are you?
Yes, fine. How are you?
I'm doing very well, and thank you very much for asking. And let's start right off the bat with those who might not be familiar with you. How did you get involved in combat sports?
I started when I was 7. A few kids from my school at that time did kickboxing and asked me and a friend to come and watch them. But I fell in love with the sport, and yeah, that's how it started.
Great. And for those who didn't pick up on your accent there, you are from the Netherlands. Having competed in the U.S. and also lived in the Netherlands, what are you sort of finding as far as some of the cultural differences that you've noticed?
I think the people in Holland are more, if you say, I'm a world champion, oh, okay, cool. And if you say that in America or outside Europe, it's, oh, wow, you're a world champion, and they make you more famous. Yeah, that's the difference.
Okay, great. And you know, Holland is known for their combat sports, a very kickboxing oriented country. Did you have any influences or any sort of role models when you were growing up and training in combat sports?
I had a few, and one of them was Lucia Rijker.
Okay.
And also Peter Arts and Ernesto Hoest from the Netherlands as well.
Of course, yes, two huge legends in K1.
Yeah, it is. And from Thai boxing, it was Ramon Dekker. He was amazing. So, yeah, these are my 4 favorite fighters, I think.
That's great. Those are some great choices, by the way. If anyone ever gets the chance, go back and watch some old K1. Ernesto Hoest, one of the most amazing kickboxers ever. So definitely can appreciate what he's done for the sport. But let's talk about you. Now, is fighting your full-time job, or do you have a job outside of sports that sort of pays the bills for you?
I wish it was my full-time job,
yeah.
But I still have to work about 30 hours a week. I start my own company in like self-defense and make people more confident with themselves. Yeah, and I will help them to train with them and talk with them, and how they feel happy in their lives. And I also work in the security. And I work in a big nightclub in Amsterdam. So, and also the fighting, of course.
Yes, absolutely. You mentioned security there. Do people recognize you when they see you work in security from all your competitions?
No, most of the time not.
Okay,
no.
So that's good, because they probably underestimate you. They don't know that you're a world champion. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's fun sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, people sort of underestimate you. That's fantastic. You mentioned, teaching self-defense and things like that. Is that exclusively in the Netherlands, or have you done any of that in the United States?
For now, I just started in July, so it's growing from here. And I started in the Netherlands and in my city, Den Helder. So yeah, I have to grow it. I work together with another Thai boxer. Her name is Krista Flaming. She's retired already, but maybe you know her. And I work together with her. So yeah, I hope it make it bigger here in the Netherlands.
Yeah, and we'll certainly mention all that and plug all that at the end of this interview for sure, because I definitely want my listeners to get some information on that. But let's talk about you and your career. Most people, when they say Jorina Baars, they think of the fight with Christine Cyborg Santos. Justino, I should say, actually. Is that still the most proud moment in your career, or do you have sort of another moment in your career that sort of stands out to you?
I have a few moments. Also against the beautiful boxer, Nong Toon. It was a male fighter, but they did a sex translation, and now it's a she. And she made a video as well, the beautiful boxer. So if you have time, take a look on it. And I was the first woman who fight her when she was a woman. And it was a very, very tough fight. She was from Thailand and a very, very good Thai boxer. She had 20 fights and 18 wins by knockouts at that moment. And that was a very tough fight as well. And I had a lot of good and tough fights. And Cyborg was another one.
Yes, yes, it was, and you looked incredible in that fight. You just mentioned that fight you had there. Were there any hesitations taking that fight, even though she had done the gender reassignment surgery?
Yeah, the problem there was I had a injury before, and I was out for about 8 months, and they call me and ask me to fight against Nong Toom. I say, oh yes, cool, that's fine, and I was allowed to fight again after the injury, and but they said there's a but. A what? A but? Yes, she was a male and she's now a female. But I say, yeah, it's fine, I can do it, and I will train very hard for it, and yeah, we can make the fight. And so for me, it was not a problem, but you can feel the difference in power. She was a woman at that time, but you feel also the power from a man. So that was a big difference.
Now, let's talk about your last fight. You're coming off a unanimous decision victory at Caged Muay Thai 8 against Stephanie Glue. Overall, were you satisfied with your performance in that fight?
I can tell you my last three fights, I wasn't in the fight. I fought, but that are not my best fights because I had a lot of other things to do, like work, private. But I stand there and I won and I score my points, and yeah, I won by point decision. But for now, it's a totally different because I got for my upcoming fight 1 month off for work, so I can train and live like a pro fighter. What a pro fighter needs. So eat, sleep, rest, train very hard 2-3 times a day. So that's a big difference, and my focus is now totally on the fight and not at work or at private things. So yeah, I feel much better and much stronger than my last 3 fights.
That's great to hear. And let's talk about this fight. You're taking on Angela Whitley, defending your title here at Lion Fights 31. How do you think you match up against her?
I think it will be a tough fight because she's an upcoming talent, and I see her like me when I was younger. I fight everybody, no problem. And I think she is a very good fighter's heart. She fight everyone, and she is a good fighter. She is very tough. So I think it will be a great fight, and I will win by points, maybe, or maybe by knockout, but I will win for sure, and I will hold this title. But it will be a very tough fight and very good fight, I think.
Great. Who are some of the people helping you get ready for this matchup?
Ooh, a lot of people helping me. I have 3 kickboxing trainers and Muay Thai trainers. Also a strength and condition trainer. Someone who's helping me with my diet and with my to eat clean and lose some weight. I had to lose 10 kilo for this fight, but yeah. So I have a lot of trainers, and I will thank them all to help me, support me, and yeah, to make me who I am. Yeah.
You talked about having to cut the weight. Do you have to be really strict on your diet? Have to eat really clean heading into this matchup?
Yes, I have to do that always because I love food, and after the fights, I always eat way too much.
Right. Okay.
But, yeah, normally it's only 6 or 7 kilos, but I eat way too much this time, so it was 10 kilos.
Once you finish this fight, what are you going to eat? What's going to be the first meal you're going to have after you're done? What do you miss eating right now?
I think chocolate.
Like all of us. That's great. So like a big chocolate cake or something, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Great. Okay. Well, I got to get a prediction for this fight. I think you kind of alluded to it earlier. How do you see this fight ending? Do you think it'll be on points, or do you think you'll get the finish?
I think I finish her in maybe 3rd round.
Great. Good stuff. I like that. My last question for you here. We've talked all about you as a fighter. What about outside the cage? What do you like doing to sort of relax and kind of take your mind off fighting? What do you like to get up to?
I love to ride my motorbike.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, I spend a lot of time with my family, so that are the things what I'm doing when I'm not at training.
Really appreciate you coming on the show. Just remind my audience where they can find you on social media, and if you have any thank yous, any shout outs, the floor is yours, and by all means, plug your self-defense school that you have.
Yes, first of all, thank you for this interview. And you can find me on Twitter at Jorina Baars. And at Instagram, my name is at Jorina B. And on Facebook, you can write my name, Jorina Baars, and you can find me. I will also thank my sponsors. The first one is Sheraton. Second one is ProSubs. Another one is PPS Security. And fightshop.nl. And a lot of all the people, all the fans who supporting me for this fight. And yeah, thank you all. If I forgot someone, sorry, but I will thank you all, guys.